Hello, beautiful people. So nice to have you on this channel, which is the Ethereal Tarot channel, where I do tarot readings. And today's tarot reading will be about what your higher self or your future self has to say to you. What messages do they want to give to you today, and how can you better align with your higher self and your future self? So today we have three piles or cards to choose from. Is literally a pick a card reading today. Starting from the left, we have this awakening card. I'll show you guys the images, the words. Listen, choose the card that speaks to you the most. Don't get distracted by what it says exactly, but just go towards the card that you feel most called to. So that is group one. Group two, this is your card for the reading. Like I said, just choose based off of which card you feel most drawn to, and pause the video if you need more time to look at any of the cards. And last but not least, we have this card for group three. Very interesting choices today. So if you know which card you would like to choose or which one is speaking to you the most, then the timestamps will be in the description box always. And if you have not already subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you enjoyed this reading, please consider also leaving me a like, and in the comment section let me know how the reading resonates for you. And also please let me know how you chose your cards today. And yeah, so thankful again to have you here, and let's just get into your readings, guys. Thank you so much, and see you in your reading. Bye-bye. Okay, hello group one. So nice to have you here with me today. If you chose this card, this awakening card, very interesting choice, and this is going to be your reading. So I did just want to spend a little bit of time talking about this card. I feel that your higher self or your future self is trying to lead you on a path that is newer or requires a change within you and in your circumstances or in your environment in general. I feel that you are wanting to upgrade in some way or upgrade in some form. Aren't we all? But you know, actually we aren't all trying to upgrade. So your group specifically, I feel the push within, the inner drive to be better or to do better or become better in whatever way that means for you. I think that your higher self is trying to put you on a path towards culmination, like of you finally coming to a completion of reaching this status in whatever regard or whatever way that you're trying to, you know, reach that status, or whatever status means for you, whether that be in a relationship, a career, a job, a position, personally for yourself, like whatever that means for you. I feel that your higher self is pushing you towards that, and it's giving you like nudges or intuitive feelings about certain situations that are leading you towards what you truly desire. And this process may not be the most logical experience or the experience that makes the most sense per se, but I do feel like it is highly life-changing, or at least if not life-changing, I feel like you will feel changed, like you will feel the difference within yourself from you taking the steps towards those you taking the steps shown to you, you listening to that inner guidance that's within you, and you having the courage to integrate new ways of being, as this card says, so that you can upgrade energetically. And when you upgrade energetically, everything else follows. So yeah, let's get into your reading, group one. Let's see what else would like to come out for your group. We're just going to go ahead and get started here with this deck, and we're going to get clarifiers with another. But let's just see, what does your higher self have to say to group 1? What does group 1's higher self, their future self, what do they have to say to them? Group 1, please. The higher self, future self of group 1, please. What do you have to say? Higher self, future self of group 1. The higher self, future self of group 1. Higher self, future self of group 1. Higher self or future self. Very interesting. Your cards don't want to come out. Higher self, future self of group 1. That's a little bit too many. I'm going to have to ask for you to reduce, okay? Higher self, future self of group 1, please. What do you have to say to them? What do you have to say to them? Okay, there is definitely a change that needs to happen. Something needs to be let go of with the Death card on the bottom and with the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well. I feel like you already know what that is. You know what is calling to you, and you know what things need to be let go of, or what you are maybe struggling to let go of, or a change that you're not ready to make, or a change that you might be resisting. But with this Death card coming out, I feel that you could be going through a period of transformation, leaving one way of being out, one way of doing things, it could be literally any situation. You're leaving something behind so that you can start a new beginning. And I see that requires you to either cut a cord with maybe someone, or cut a cord between you and a certain activity that you partake in, or a certain job that you work in. Whatever that may be, I see a change that needs to happen. And with the Queen of Cups, like I said on the bottom, I do think that you know what that is. But if you don't, I'm sure that the cards will continue to tell us what exactly is going on here. But very interesting start to your reading. A slow start, I will say. So maybe it's been a slow process for you during this transition, or during this time. Maybe you're in a slow period. But for the most part, outside of that, I just feel like there is a change that needs to happen. And I think that your higher self is really trying to push you towards listening to that intuitive feeling that you've been getting about a certain situation, so that you can follow through and align with yourself. But let's keep going. What else do you have to say to group 1? What else do you have to say? Higher self, future self of group 1, please. Other messages for them. Higher self, future self of group 1. Okay, wow, we have the Emperor. You guys are getting major arcana cards already. We have the Emperor coming out. I feel like you have to be very focused, diligent, and laser focused. Have this vision in mind of what you want. In this card, let me put this down really quickly. In this card, you can see he has a plan, okay? And I'm not really sure what this is called, but to me, I'm going to interpret this the way that I see it, okay? It's like you're gaining the knowledge and the wisdom from the higher forces, from your higher self, from the divine, and you are transmuting this energy, or this understanding, or this wisdom given to you, into actual plans, into actual practical steps that you can take to effectively put you on the road towards your future, or towards the future that you want to see for yourself. I see that it's requiring you to actually maybe even write down, or actually come up with a schedule, or develop a new way of time management, you know, actually being diligent and focused on what you are needing to do, and ending off anything that doesn't fit the script, or anything that doesn't fit the anything that's not sustainable for where you're trying to go, or who you're trying to be. I see that that needs to be released, and that you need to be focused. Okay, these are already 2 4s 13 adds up to 4. Okay, so I feel like gaining a stable foundation for yourself right now is the main priority, and you building this foundation for yourself, I see, will bring a lot of future success for yourself if you put in the work now and you allow yourself to continually grow exponentially as well, and you allow yourself to see the greatness from you taking what you know you should be doing and maybe releasing some conflict, whether that be internally or with other people, releasing maybe this need to compete or compare, because that's holding you back as well. Or maybe just feeling like you don't have many people who you can talk to without it becoming, excuse me, something more. But let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Anything else? Group 1, higher self, future self, anything else? Wow, yes, we have Major Arcana Central. Group 1, Major Arcana Central. I love it. Major Arcana means that these are like the big themes of the card. There's 78 cards, okay, in the tarot deck, and for you guys to, out of 78, most of your cards being, if not all of them right now, are Major Arcana, I just feel like this is a major message that your higher self is trying to deliver to you. Overcoming anything that you are bound to, whether that be addictions, whether that be working too much, whether that be overindulgence or something, you know, anything that has you tempted overly or investing too much of your time into without really you gaining anything from it. Mostly instant gratification type of activities, I see that needs to be released, okay? You have to overcome whatever is holding you hostage, whatever is bounding you to this place of stagnation, whatever is keeping you in this place of disconnectedness or feeling as if you're not progressing fast enough. What is holding you back? Look at what is holding you back and know that you have the power to release it. You have the power to end it. You have the power to do as you please in general, especially with the Emperor coming out in the Death card. It's saying you have to take control of your life. You have to make the moves that you want to see. You know, you have to do the work to have the result. You can't expect a beautiful garden if you're not willing to go outside and get dirty, you know. You can't shy away from your responsibilities. You have to do what is necessary so that you can become what and who it is that you want to be, or have what it is that you want, wherever it is, so that you can upgrade, so that you can become better. Because I see there's a lot of potential for you, but potential is not real until we make it real, okay? We have to actively put use to our potential, and if we don't, potential just becomes nothing. So yeah, you also have the Empress on the bottom, recognizing how abundant you are, how you don't have to cling on to anything, how everything is attracted to you, so that you're not getting overly attached or feeling like you won't be abundant in some way. Recognizing your strengths and recognizing your qualities, highlighting your qualities, highlighting your strengths, putting your best foot forward is going to definitely help you. We have the Empress and the Emperor out here, so balancing your feminine and masculine qualities as well would do you justice. Knowing when to take a break, when to just receive, when to just take time out to meditate, to just be with yourself in your own energy, and also balancing that out with taking action and making plans, doing what needs to be done, being diligent, working working hard, you know, putting in the work to become or be, or wherever the mission for you is. I see that it requires you to get serious, okay? And I feel like this awakening or this upgrade is really pushing you towards maturity and really pushing you towards becoming your best self, to say the least. So I think I can get one more card out here. One more card, please. Higher self of group 1. One more card, please. Higher self, future self of group 1. Higher self. Thank you. Two of Wands. Yes, start planning, start making a plan, start realizing that you have the whole world in your hands, okay? You are expansive. You have the capacity to dream up the world that you want. You have this vision, I feel, or if you don't, create a vision of what you want and work towards it. Start making plans towards that vision and create the reality that you desire. And don't be so stuck in the past or clinging on to past situations or getting lost in old memories or feeling like you want to go back. Realize that the past is the past and we must move forward, and we can only transform our future, and we can only stay in the present. And by staying in the present, doing what you can in the present, taking care of your daily mundane responsibilities, doing calculated risk, taking calculated risk, showing your authenticity every day will create this future for you that you could have never imagined if you were to just stay stuck in past memories or try to cling on to anything from the past, or just being stuck in this era of nostalgia. Letting that go and just being in the present, get into your body, getting into your body would put you immediately in the present. So do something that awakens your physicality. Go outside. I always say go outside, but I love going outside, so I'm gonna say the first thing that comes to my mind, which is going outside. But that could literally be anything. You could start doing yoga, tai chi, whatever is speaking to you the most. You could take that route. But let's move on to what do I want to move on? Do I want to get clarifiers? Do I want to get how can you align? I think I want to just go ahead and see how can you align with your future self. Group 1, okay? Let's see. Okay. Group 1, please. How can they align with their higher self, their future self? How can group 1? Wow, very interesting. We have Judgment coming out, okay? Judgment, the Pluto card twice. Well, yeah, Pluto card twice, because the Death card is ruled by Scorpio. So this card is ruled by Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio, or Scorpio is the ruler of Pluto. Whatever. Basically, with this card, I see that there is a judgment call that needs to be made. You have to kind of analyze your past decisions, analyze your past occurrences, how you've been acting in situations, and kind of come to this conclusion about, do you want to stay on that track, or do you want to start changing your ways, or do you want to start approaching situations differently? And if you do, how so? How can you rise from the ashes? How can you become this phoenix? How can you balance yourself? How can you make more decisions that honor you in the moment? And what exactly do you need to do to rid of this old version of yourself, to rid of the past version of yourself? Whether that be ridding of old behaviors, ridding of old people, whatever that means for you. I'm seeing that it's calling for a reevaluation of your situation. So yes, let's keep going. How can group 1 align? We have the Queen of Cups coming out for the second time. The first time it didn't come out, it was on the bottom of the deck, but this time it came out, and I just see, yes, Pisces energy, okay, Neptunian energy. Also, Jupiter is in Pisces, which is a highly reflective sign. Jupiter is at home in Pisces, so I really like it's a lot of reflection, a lot of tuning into our divine portal right now. But anyway, with this card, I'm seeing that, especially with the Hanged One on the bottom, you need to take time out. You need to create a space for yourself to be able to listen to your intuition and to not have it bombarded with maybe anxiety, fears, or whatever creeps up, I feel, when you are in your own energy and when you are alone, when you are by yourself, what comes up for you and how do you deal with such thoughts and what are you doing to address them? How can you better listen to your intuition and how can you better feel your emotions? How can you better get a grasp on what is going on internally for you and not being so affected by your external environment? I'm thinking that it's calling for you to create some space to have time to yourself, to meditate, you know, to take time out. All I can think is meditate, but whatever is meditative to you, whatever helps you get into a calm state of mind, do that. Whatever helps you to connect with yourself, do that. Whatever helps you to build your intuition, do that, okay? I just see that you need to create a better relationship with yourself and your intuition and cultivate this sense of understanding between you and your future self so that you guys can get on the same page, you know? So let's keep going. How can group 1 better align with their future self? Page of Cups. Interesting. With the 10 of Cups on the bottom, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. I say spend more time being more creative. Spend more time looking at the glass half full. That's what the Page of Cups reverse makes me think. Is like maybe some pessimism, maybe a loss of some joy in some way, or just being maybe overly emotional about something or having your emotions imbalanced. Regardless, I'm seeing that you need to be more creative. That doesn't have to be painting or being artsy or anything like that. That can just be like maybe when you were younger you liked to do crossword puzzles. Do that again. Maybe you used to like to read comic books or look at fan fiction or whatever it is for you, okay? Whatever brings you joy. I think doing that will help you cultivate a relationship with yourself even more. It'll help you know what makes you truly happy. With the 10 of Cups on the bottom, it'll help you restore this feeling of happiness, this feeling of abundance within yourself, this feeling of emotional fulfillment. Maybe that dates back to your childhood, but just trying to get more in tune with yourself and with your inner child. And speaking of inner child, I do have a video on my channel about the inner child if you're interested. So yeah, anyway, for this card, truly I'm seeing to tap back into some of that imagination, that creativity. Imagine what you want your life to be and work towards it, okay? So yes, one more please. How can group 1 align with their higher self? Interesting. We have the 10 of Swords along with the 10 of Cups on the bottom again. So with the 10 of Swords coming out, I think that you need to face the reality of your situation. Finally, I feel like you've been maybe getting a lot of signs. I think it's time to overcome a lot of these things that have held you down for a while. It's time to overcome a lot of these past challenges and to start anew, to see the new dawn breaking, to see a new beginning starting, to see a new day coming for you and a new opportunity to make something of it. A new opportunity to change this 10 of Swords to this 10 of Cups, okay? To create the reality that is going to make you feel abundant. It's going to make you feel fulfilled. It's going to make you feel like all the challenges that you've been through were worth it, okay? So to just keep pushing through, to just keep seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? And to not feel bogged down by any challenges that you face, to not feel like you're defeated, okay? To know that you are expansive and whatever challenges you face are only to lead you to your happy ending. And to not get a little, you know, pessimistic about tough situations, because in life we'll always have tough situations to get through, but it's about the mindset that we have while we're working through them, and that determines how much you grow and that determines how fast you get to your success or how much work you're trying to put in to overcome those challenges. Listen, I feel like I've heard this on the Disney Channel when I was younger. It was like, anything's possible. With hard work, there's no obstacle, okay? Literally, with hard work, there's no obstacle. Just keep focused and keep having that that dream in your head and always work towards that. Okay, so yes, group 1, let's get some advice from the oracle cards now and see what else your future self has to say to you. I want to see which one I want to get first. I'm thinking this one would be the one, and I'll get the other ones later. Okay, group 1's future higher self. Can we get some advice for them? Anything else you would like to add on for them? Anything else you would like to say? Anything else that needs to be said? Group 1. Group 1. Group 1. Okay. Wow, just as I was saying, imagine. You have to imagine the life that you want, okay, and be flexible in your pursuit of it. Be flexible in your plans with the Emperor. Like, make sure that you're not being too overly controlling of certain situations, or overly controlling of the outcome, or overly controlling of how things take place. I feel like you have to just go with the flow and make sure that you're doing what you can in the moment, and not having too much of a playing hand, or not being able to bend enough when the wind blows too hard. You know, think of like a tree branch. If the tree branch was to just be super stoic, to be super one-dimensional, if the wind blows too hard, it snaps, okay? So don't be like that tree. Be the flexible, bendy tree that just goes with the flow, you know, allows things to pass, and to not get overly attached to some way of being, or one way of doing things, or one way of just don't get stuck in your ways, okay? You know, be flexible. Be like the mutable energy of Pisces. Be like a mutable sign in general. I feel a lot of fixed energy in this. Yeah, let me not even say that, because I don't feel too much fixed energy. I'm just looking at that death card, and that's fixed. But anyway, be flexible and imagine the life that you want. We have 19 and 20. By being flexible, that leads you to the imaginative dream that you have been dreaming of. Oh, look at that. Okay, for some reason, I look at this portal right here. It's like you, hopefully you can see that. It's like, to me, this is like the portal of eggs coming down from the divine. You imagining the life that you want, them creating the egg for you, and this being the egg that pops up from this portal here. This being the egg that you must now nurture, you must now cultivate into something real on the physical plane, on the 3D world, in the earth, you know. But you have to be flexible about the way that you do it, because the divine works in mysterious ways, okay? And no matter what, I feel like you're going to achieve what it is you want, but it requires you to just be open-minded. So yes, we have that one. We have that one. And let's move on to this cards. These over here, the Moonology deck. Anything else for group 1, please? Anything else for group 1? Anything else for group 1, please? Anything else? Okay, that's 2. So yeah, it says, what do you need to release, group 1? What do you need to release? I think we touched on that earlier, but just ask yourself that question. I can't add any more to this question. You know what it says. I know what it says. You know the answer. I don't, you know, so just do what you feel is right, okay? And release what you know needs to be let go of, so that you can begin anew, okay? Begin anew, start fresh. With prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Okay, making practical steps towards your dreams in this new beginning, releasing all of the old. Speaking of the transiting nodes, it's in transiting South Node in Scorpio, which is releasing anything that holds us back, any fears, any limitations, releasing those. And the North Node is in Taurus, which is where we are aligned with our future selves, with the new, with the prosperous, okay? And with it being in Taurus, it is specifically talking about the earthly plane and making practical steps towards our dreams on earth and not being in the imaginative lands in our brains. So yes, I'm thinking it is definitely urging you to make a plan and adjust to it, okay? Be ready for it and do what must be done, okay, group 1. Do what must be done and make the adjustments by releasing what needs to be released and letting yourself be on the road to success by doing so and making a plan, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I kind of just rambled my way through that. But group 1, it has been a pleasure to provide this reading to you. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like in the like section and subscribe as well if you're not subscribed. And in the comments, please let me know how it resonated for you. And if you have any suggestions about any other readings you want me to do, I will gladly look over those. So yes, again, group 1, thank you so much for your beautiful presence, for your beautiful energy, and I'm wishing you so much love, light, positivity, and happiness. And I hope that you do amazing in this world, and I know you will. So thank you again, and I will see you in another reading. Bye bye, group 1. Okay, hello group 2. Whoa, what my fingers doing? Hello group 2. If you chose this card, then this is going to be your reading. Immediately, I just want to speak on this card so that we can speak on why I think this card came out for your group. We have a warrior woman. Listen, the gender does not matter. You know, if you are a man or gender fluid or, you know, whatever your gender is, you know, leave that at the door. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the real, let me not say real. Oh my gosh, everything is so touchy. Anyway, let me just talk about this card, okay? We have a warrior woman here. It says, have you answered your deepest calling? So with this card coming out, I feel it's saying, have you really allowed yourself to connect with what is truly speaking to you? Whether that be a project that you want to do, a career you want to be in, a relationship you want to be in, anything. It could be any situation. Have you been listening to your emotions? Have you been listening to what is trying to be said to you? And are you doing what must be done to overcome any obstacles or challenges that are in your way of achieving that goal or dream of yours? Have you discovered what makes you passionate? Have you discovered what drives you? And if you have, are you pouring enough of yourself into those passions? Are you pouring enough of yourself into the places that fill you up? Or are you constantly fighting against what is truly meant for you? Or are you constantly fighting against what you know is your, you know, what is right for you? That's all I can say. Are you fighting against what you know is meant for you, group 2? That's all I can keep saying. And if you are, I feel that this is also saying to just keep going. The battle is not yet over, but you are doing an amazing job, and your higher self is so appreciative of you doing the hard work so that you can get to the next level. But with this card coming out, I definitely see that you need to be paying attention to your intuition, paying attention to your feelings in certain situations, and taking action towards what you feel you need to be taking action towards. So let's get into your reading, group 2. Let's see. I'm going to be using this deck to see what does your future or higher self have to say to you. What does your future self want to say? Higher self, future self of group 2, please. What would you like to say to them? Higher self, future self of group 2, please. What would you like to say? Higher self, future self of group 2. We have the 9 of Cups reversed. Very interesting with the 2 of Swords reversed as well. Maybe settling for a false sense of happiness in some regard, or feeling a little bit discontent with something in your life, feeling as if, is this all? You know, feeling like you want more, feeling like you are wanting more in your life, but not exactly sure how to get it, or not exactly sure where to go, or not exactly sure what to do to get to this point of fulfillment. Or maybe you know what to do, or maybe you know what to do, it's just that you don't want to make the decision. You don't want to make a bad decision, you don't want to make a wrong turn per se. I feel that with this Nine of Cups in reverse, though, this feeling is pushing you towards making those decisions. This feeling of discontentment, this feeling of discomfort, this feeling of not being where you want to be is pushing you towards being where you want to be. You know, it's pushing you towards having these feelings that effectively should have you take action on those feelings of discontentment, so that you can finally make the decision to move towards what is actually going to fill you up and what is actually going to make you happy. Group 2. Let's keep going. Anything else? Well, we have the Nine of Wands popping out. 2 nines already. Feeling, yeah, I feel a little bit guarded. Like your energy just doesn't want to make a wrong move. Like you are protective over yourself, or protective over your life right now. With the King of Swords in reverse, it's like being overly controlling to the point of not letting anything in, not hearing anyone else's opinion. You kind of just being very guarded, maybe because you have this feeling of vulnerability within you that you're not wanting anyone to kind of trigger, or wanting anyone to kind of notice or sense about you. I feel like you're vulnerable because of this need to do something, you know, this need of having to listen to your intuition about something, having to listen to your feelings about a certain situation. If you're not happy in a situation, are you being too controlling of something? If you're being too controlling of anything, you have to ask yourself, are you clinging on too tightly to it? Is this actually working for you? Is it actually worth the fight? You know, is it actually worth all of the resources that you've put into it, whether that be energy, whether that be money, whether that be whatever it is it worth it? You know, and is this going to really bring you the happiness that you so desire? And allowing those walls to drop, you know, allowing yourself to kind of put down this sword right now, I want to say, with yourself, or not trying to hide a part of yourself, maybe whatever that is, whatever that may be, you know, releasing this need to be so much in control, or to have so much of a playing hand in your course, or in your journey of life. Because listen, we don't have as much control as we think we do. Of course we have control, of course free will, which is also a topic for discussion. In the comments, please let me know if you believe in fate or free will, or free will. I feel that if you're here watching this, you might believe in both, but I'm not sure. Just let me know. But regardless, I feel like you feel maybe that you have to take the reins of every situation, maybe, and have things your way. But I think that that is hindering your feeling of being able to be happy. Maybe taking on too much is causing a sense of dissatisfaction. Taking on too many tasks, going through so many battles. Figuratively, I mean, maybe you are a real soldier in real life, but figuratively going through so many battles, whether that be in any aspect of your life, career, finances, family, relationships, whatever it is, going through so many battles because you feel so responsible for this aspect of your life. But I think that it's saying that you taking a look at what is behind this feeling of having to be so much in control. Where does that stem from, and what are you trying to protect, or what are you trying to usually when we are trying to control something, it's because we are so attached to it, or so dependent on it. So anyway, let's just keep going, because I feel like I'm gonna continue to talk about that. So let's just keep going, please. Anything else? Higher self of group 2. I can take 2 more cards. Anything else? 2 more cards for your group. Group 2. 2 more cards. Group 2. I can take 2 more cards. Higher self. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say? 2. Oh, I was gonna say, it gave 3. That's fine. They're all in reverse. Let's see what they are. Okay, they're all in reverse. We have Strength reversed, 2 of Cups reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. Interesting. So honestly, for some of you, you could have been having these feelings about a relationship. There's maybe a relationship that you might be clinging on to that might be a little bit disharmonious, or just not meant for you, really. With the 3 of Swords in reverse on the bottom, and maybe you've already gotten out of the situation, and maybe you've already been trying to overcome this tough situation, or overcome the sorrow of the situation. But for those of you who are not in relationships, or who just are not in the relationship vibe, or haven't gotten out of one, if you're just single Pringle, I feel like this reading is talking about you not being in true connection with your higher self, not taking the time out to connect with your higher self, not taking the time to really build that connection with your inner lion, which is our emotions, our primal energy, our feeling part of ourselves. Leo energy. Leo is 5th house, which is just about fun and love. It's about that free energy. I just feel freedom. Okay, freedom. Leo is the opposite of Aquarius. I feel like both of those signs do love their freedom. So I want to stay with the Strength card in reverse though, because that got me off topic. It's really talking about you nurturing yourself, your emotional body, your emotional self, okay? So that you and your consciousness, your emotional self and your logical self, okay? Your consciousness and your subconscious can work in tandem, and so that you're not feeling like you're not where you're supposed to be, you're not feeling the way you're supposed to be feeling, which honestly, how are we supposed to be feeling? I think all feelings are valid, and you should respect all of your feelings and not try to mask them, repress them, or overanalyze them, or just feel your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them and to release them as you process them, okay? Know where they come from so that you can deal with them effectively. But with the Strength in reverse, I think that there needs to be a relationship cultivated between yourself. Yeah, it's like you need to come into union with yourself. You need to establish this balance between your higher self and your present self, okay? I think your higher self is really trying to talk to you. It's like they're pushing themselves into your consciousness, or at least trying to give you signs or synchronicities that help you notice that you have a way out, or you have a way towards a feeling of success, you have a way towards a feeling of fulfillment. But it takes you to develop this connection with yourself. It takes you to develop this strong sense of self so that you can be aligned to the path that is rightfully yours, that is right for you, and that will bring you the most abundance in emotions. And also, if you're looking for material abundance, I feel like that will put you on the path towards it as well. And by cultivating this relationship with yourself, I see that you will be able to more readily release a lot of this old hurt, a lot of this past hurt that may be repressed, or some hurts that you haven't even recognized still plague you to today, maybe from childhood for some of you, but for the general population of group 2, just overcoming a lot of the past hurts that kind of keep you in this guarded or protective energy, and allowing yourself to just release this need to maybe be so much in control. 1 second, you guys. I'm going to unplug this really quickly. It's making too much noise for me. Sorry about that, you guys, but yes, releasing this past energy, this past negativity that is keeping you in this feeling of having to overly protect yourself, or overly be too direct, or just not giving space to your emotions enough, not giving space to your emotional body. And with the Hierophant in reverse, very interesting. I'm seeing that there needs to be a difference in approach towards something. Maybe not trying to neglect what you know is true for you, not trying to rebel against what you know is right for you, just doing what is, what helps you balance yourself, what helps you come into contact, come into union with yourself. With the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, I feel like you really need to be focused on mirroring yourself. Okay, not literally, but literally, like, not literally, but then I say literally. Anyway, not literally, I'm saying more so like coming into union with your higher self and your needs. And you, when I say higher self, it's like the future self that you imagine yourself to be, that is already created. You being able to imagine that person or imagine what you will have, that is just a glimpse to what is possible. And you have to take the reins of the situation and effectively bring that imagination into reality. Okay, you have the blueprint, and now it's just time to follow it. And that is by taking time out, doing things that help you connect with yourself, whether that be getting back into things that you used to do, making more time for yourself, honoring yourself more. I feel like taking more time out for yourself, just being in your own energy, maybe meditating. Meditation can be in any form that you see it as. It doesn't just have to be sitting in this position, it could be dancing, singing, whatever is meditative to you. Do it so that you can really find out what is being asked, or what is being shown, the steps that are being shown to you. You can finally see them and start taking them. So let's move on now to how can you align with your future self? How can you better align with your higher self? So group 2, please. How can they align with their future self? Ace of Wands. Don't be nervous to take a risk. Don't be scared to do something new. Don't feel unmotivated. Don't feel discouraged. Don't let opportunities pass you by because you are stuck in a guarded energy. You're stuck in an energy of not wanting to compromise or to change anything. Be open to new, be open to adventure, and don't sell yourself short with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Allow yourself to try new things, get passionate about something, do things that make you passionate, and to not repress those feelings that you feel. Find a creative outlet for them. Find a way to express yourself and express your emotions in a way that is productive. For example, this doesn't have to mean that you're an artist, but I know art is a way that people express their emotions through their art. That can also be exercising or sports or yoga or singing or dance, whatever it is for you. If it's just throwing frisbees, okay, whatever it is, do that. Okay, do what makes you feel inspired so that you can create. That's a step towards creating this connection between you and your higher self. So do that, please. I feel like it's urging you to try new things, yes, and to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be scared of change. Don't be scared to make plans. Don't be scared to take action. Do what you know is being shown to you. Do what you know you feel you need to be doing, and just trust in that. Okay, another one, please, for group 2. Group 2, please. Okay, yeah, I feel like with the Knight of Cups coming out, in the moon, don't be scared. It's like walk towards the unknown. Excuse me. Pisces energy, not being scared of the dark, not being scared of what you don't know yet. Not being overly protective, but approaching the unknown with love and compassion, with love and with love to yourself, and allowing yourself to, replace these fears Replace these limitations with love, okay? Look at the situation from a place of growth, okay? And actually, 1 second. 1 second, please. Okay, there we go. Sorry, group two. Sorry, group two. Yes, back to what I was saying. I know you're like, what is going on? So sorry, group two. I just get distracted, and I don't want to be distracted giving you these messages, okay? Actively channeling and then hearing things going on is a little distracting. So anyway, approaching the fears, your limitations, the fear of unknown, maybe the fear of not knowing where you're going, approaching that with love, giving yourself the compassion. Like maybe 2 years ago you didn't know you would be in this predicament, but look, you're here. The unknown 2 years ago, that was the unknown. Today in 2020, 2022 for us was unknown. Listen, this reading is timeless, by the way. It doesn't matter when you're watching, but I'm recording this in 2022. So in 2020, yes, I didn't know this is who I was gonna be in 2022. Listen, I didn't even know this is what I was gonna be doing last year. Okay, so just trust yourself, trust your gut, and approach all situations with love. Approach all situations with an open mind and with a dreamy energy. Like you're just excited to go on this new adventure with passion. It's like you're going to approach the situations with love, okay? And you, with the fire and water energy, it's like cultivating that creative feeling energy into overcoming any fears, limitations, any hurt, any heartbreak, allowing yourself to shed that layer of yourself by providing the love and compassion that you deserve, and maybe the love and compassion that you are not receiving from other places. But let's keep going, okay? Let's keep going. Group two. Okay. Wow, we have the Ace of Swords coming out. Looking at the truth of the situation, okay? Recognizing the clarity that you have right now to make the decision that needs to be made. Trying to tap back into your inner truth. Like, what is true for you? What makes you happy? What is your authentic nature? Are you communicating authentically? Are you acting authentically? Are you behaving in a way that is authentic to you? Really hold this sword of truth for yourself and use it to enact change in a positive way in your life. With the warrior woman, we have the sword twice. It's like holding this sword of truth for yourself and not putting it down, okay? I know I said put it down earlier, but I feel like the sword that you need to put down is the defensive sword. But this sword that you need to be holding is the one of truth, the one of clarity, and the one of understanding, and the one of protecting your true happiness. Not being overly controlling or intimidating per se, but just knowing that despite any confusion, despite any other maybe opinions with the Seven of Cups reversed, not listening to the opinions of others, not getting distracted by the other things going on, but just knowing what is true for you, and leaving that as your basis for your future, okay? That is going to help you align with your future self. Having that truthful, honest nature about yourself, about your situation, and enacting it and making the changes with that truth will help you get aligned. So let's keep going, please. Two more. How can they better align with their future self? How can group two better align with their future self, their higher self? How can they better align? We have the Five of Cups reversed. Releasing any past hurts. Yes. Looking at the glass half full. Appreciating what you have now and recognizing the opportunities that you have and not being focused on what didn't work or what hasn't worked or what isn't working. Turn around. Take off the cloak, you know. Allow yourself to grieve. Yes. But don't get stuck in the past and don't get stuck in your hurt. Recognize what those hurts, what those situations were trying to teach you. and apply that wisdom to these new opportunities that are right in front, well, right behind you if you turned around or looked at the positive side of a situation, which can be a little bit tough for people, I understand, but um, holding on to hurt or holding on to anything that isn't working for you is only going to bring you down, and it's only going to rain on your parade. So you might as well not even want to do that, you know. Try to find a way out of it, or just recognize that we all have our hard times. We all go through tough situations, but those tough situations help to build us up and help us to come into union with what is it helps us to come into union with what is for us. Okay, my words are just boom boom boom, like I don't know what's happening. But again, for those of you who are in astrology, Mercury is in retrograde, okay, and baby, I'm feeling it, especially these past few days. Like, what is going on? But anyway, with these cards, it's like it's right underneath the Two of Cups, okay, and in this card you can see two cups right behind them. It's like focusing on the negative, focusing on what isn't working is disconnecting you from what is going to bring you happiness. Okay, so just turn around, release what needs to be released, and keep it moving. Okay, group 2. And also release any conflict, whether that be with other people or with yourself. Release this conflicting energy and just recognize that you have no need to compete or compare, okay? The only person you need to be focused on is yourself, and you have no reason to compete with yourself. I mean, unless you're always trying to be better, but don't let that even become unhealthy, because I know a lot of people can turn that into an obsession, and just have a healthy level of boundaries with yourself and with other things. So let's just keep going, because my mouth just loves to just yap, okay? So one more, please. How can they better align? Ooh, releasing. Okay, listen, group 2, don't be afraid of this card. Don't be afraid of the card, okay, group 2. But we have the Devil coming out. Let's talk about it, okay? The Devil represents things that hold us hostage out of the feeling of instant gratification, or the feeling of, for example, she's being a little bit vain, looking at herself, and overly conscious of herself. Maybe outside of the depiction of the card, it's just talking about not giving yourself to places that don't give to you, not being stuck in situations that are not truly best for you, but maybe they give you some form of satisfaction, but it's not lasting, okay? It's not sustainable. Leaving anything that isn't sustainable would serve you best and will help you align with your future self, and releasing all things actually that don't serve you and that keep you in this place of stagnation, kind of walking yourself away from these situations, although they may feel like, you know, you're tied up in it or you can't truly escape. Listen, these people have free will. The chain is loose enough around their neck to take it off and walk up those stairs, but that takes willpower. So have the willpower to release what needs to be released and not have anything holding you back, okay? With that Devil card there. In the Moon also. The Devil and the Moon, that is a recipe for the devil. Okay, anyway, the Moon is talking about overcoming your fears or overcoming any of those things that keep you stuck to this feeling of false satisfaction, okay? Allow yourself to overcome those hurts that maybe attract you to wanting to numb your pain with a certain activity or a certain behavior, whatever that may be. But allowing yourself to just sit with yourself to conquer these fears, to overcome them so that they don't plague you anymore, okay, group 2. Let's move on though to your oracle cards here. Let's see what else needs to be said. What else needs? Okay, we have 3 coming out. So with these 3 here, yang, yeah, it's time to take action. It is time to take action, group 2. It's time to do what you know must be done, okay? Do what must be done, excuse me. Let me put this deck, let me move things around here, group 2. Move things around so that we can have you ready. Anyway, yes, okay, so we have chaos and conflict, number 33. I feel like there's some change that needs to happen. You need to shed some old skin. Step out of this person that you thought you were. It's like, just don't try to be something that you're not, okay? In this card, we have the zebra with shedding the giraffe skin and actually allowing itself to be authentically the zebra. Okay, I think you need to shed your old skin and become your authentic self, and to not negate what you know is meant for you, to not negate your true calling, and to not try to fit in. Okay, allow the change to happen and just go with it. We also have observer, so it's time to just take a step back and look, look at your predicament for what it is and see what changes you need to make. See who, whoa, excuse me, that was something. See what needs to be done so that you can be poised, okay? You can allow yourself to just flow through these changes without feeling like you aren't in control, because I feel like right now you just have to let things pass. You have to, yes, take the steps towards what is meant for you, but more so be the observer right now. Take the steps that you see need to be taken, but outside of that, I think you just need to allow change to happen. Okay, group 2, allow change to happen and be receptive to new things. Be receptive to a new way of being. Group 2. So let's get 1 from here, because I was not expecting to get 3. And confidence is your key to success for sure. But let's see what else comes out. Okay, didn't I say that? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But we have don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Don't do it. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Okay, Elsa, listen, for real, let it go. She was trying to hide herself and she just said, you know what? Why? That's what you need to do, okay? And if you're not sure about what I'm talking about the Disney movie Frozen, okay? But we have your commitment is being tested as well. So, ooh, let's get 1 more. And that's not 1. I'll take that one. But we have a personal issue reaches resolution and surrender to the divine. So that may be significant for you guys. But let's just get this one. Nothing is yet set in stone. So you still have the opportunity to change your ways. You still have an opportunity to change the outcome of your situation. But it is up to you to make those changes. And it is up to you to use this time effectively, because yes, nothing is set in stone yet, but eventually it will be. So don't waste your time and make the changes that you know you need to make now so that you don't have any regrets in the future. So group 2, I enjoyed giving you this reading, and if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like and subscribe as well. And if you would like to let me know how this resonated for you, please let me know in the comments, and just let me know how you're doing, please. But also, if you have any other suggestions about what readings I should do, I will gladly look over those. But yes, group 2, it has been an amazing time being able to give you this reading. I love to read these cards. It is truly a passion of mine. But I will be leaving you now, and if you enjoyed this reading, like I said, please leave me a like. But also, I'm sending you so much love, light, positivity, and abundance. You deserve all great things, and you are the manifester of your reality. You have so much power to change your life, and I believe in you, group 2. I believe in you, and I know that you will accomplish great things. Okay, so do what you know must be done, and that is all I have to say. Group 2, hopefully I can see you in another reading, and I thank you so much again for being here. Yeah, so see you another time, group 2. Bye-bye. Okay, hello, group 3. So lovely to have you here with me today. If you chose this interesting card that says mirror, who or what is triggering you? This is going to be a reading, okay? From this card coming out, I feel like your higher self or your future self is calling for you to do some reflection. It's calling for you to take a step back, to kind of look in the mirror figuratively and literally if need be. Try to get comfortable with yourself. If you have discomfort looking in the mirror, thank you, airplane, so much. If you have any discomfort looking in the mirror, ask yourself why. Not only in the actual mirror, but maybe reflecting on some of your actions or reflecting on what situations are causing you to act out of character, maybe, or what is causing you to act out of character, or what is causing some feelings within you to arise that maybe you don't want. What feelings are you trying to repress? What situations aren't you wanting to face? What aren't you wanting to face? I feel like these are the questions that you have to ask yourself, and your higher self is calling to you or for you to take a look deep within. Have it's giving Hermit, the tarot card, the Hermit, which is about solitude, some form of isolation, in a healthy sense of you trying to find the truth of yourself, trying to find that inner guidance, tapping into inner wisdom, you know, taking time out for yourself to analyze your current situation and to analyze yourself in general, and if you are truly embodying the person that you are wanting to become or doing what needs to be done to become who it is that you're wanting to be or to have whatever it is that you're trying to have. I feel like it's calling for you to do the inner work first. So let's get into your reading, okay, group 3, last but not least, group 3. Let's see, what does your higher self have to say to you, group 3? What does group 3's higher future self want to communicate to them? What does their higher self want to communicate to them, their higher future self? 7 of Wands. Yeah, it's like maybe you've been a little bit too defensive or a little too on edge or a little too protective of yourself, maybe to the point of causing resentment from other people. It's admirable that you are so willing to stand up for yourself, but what is behind that? You know, is your way of defending yourself effective, or is it causing more damage? And why do you feel so defensive about something? Like the card asks, who or what is triggering you? What within yourself have you not accepted that is causing you to externally react in a way that you may not be intentionally doing so? Maybe it's a subconscious drive that is causing you to be overly reactive to certain things, but with the 7 of Wands in reverse, either you are not standing up for yourself enough, you're not standing up for what you believe in enough, or you are very protective of your energy to the point of maybe some some resentment from other people. But I do see that maybe you cultivating a healthier relationship with your need to protect yourself or your boundaries. I feel like you establishing healthy boundaries is going to lead you to a good position with this 9 of Pentacles on the bottom, a position of you being calm, peaceful. I feel like this is the representation of your future self, no matter the gender. It's just you being able to be content in what you have built and what you have grown and what you have cultivated for yourself, and being at peace with that, and being able to just be alone, having those boundaries in place, having that sense of you overcoming all these challenges, and now look at where you're at, peacefully bliss, enjoying what it is that you want to enjoy. But I feel like right now you're going through this battle of kind of establishing boundaries, or maybe defying odds, or maybe going against the grain. But I'm thinking that your higher self is calling for you to kind of analyze why you react in certain ways, and how can you better react to certain situations, or how can you better express yourself in a way that does establish boundaries but also doesn't ruin relationships. Okay, so let's keep going. What else does your higher self want to say? Okay, yeah, free yourself from any mindsets that hold you back. Maybe that's a reason why you could be so defensive. I know insecurity can cause a lot of defensiveness, okay, but it's like this is a mindset that you could free yourself from. you know, you're not stuck in this predicament. Although she does not know that, it requires her to simply break free from it, remove the blindfold, and to see how small, you know, maybe how big she made a problem, but realizing how small it actually was, or where it may stem from. Not saying that your problems are small or trying to diminish your reality, but I'm saying maybe take a step back and really truly recognize, is this really as bad as I am making it out to be? Or am I just a bit stuck in a certain mindset or stuck in a certain fear that holds me back? But let's look at the cards that came out. Yes, we have the World and the Hierophant. Wow. So definitely with the World and the Hierophant coming out here together, I'm seeing that a cycle is needing to be closed. Okay, you're approaching this closing of a chapter in your life. Okay, I feel kind of like this girl is the same as this one. I think maybe just because of the purple dress, but it's like finally letting your guard down because you've overcome so much. I think that your higher self is saying that allow yourself to just end off this cycle of having to be so defensive, having to be right, having to effectively say what you want or have your way being expressed. Just be okay with you knowing your truth, you knowing what is right for you, and letting everything else go. You know, having this sense of fulfillment of knowing your inner truth, being stable and grounded in it, and not having to convince other people of it, or convince other people of the validity of your decisions, or having to convince other people that you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, be comfortable in that, and don't try to overly explain or overly be defensive of something, because I feel like when we're overly defensive or overly protective or overly guarded, it's because there's insecurity right behind that that we haven't faced. So allowing yourself to face that so that you can finally have this freeing feeling of letting everything go, and finally feeling like you're on track with what it is that you are meant to be doing. Feeling like you have this plan and you have this roadmap of your next steps. It's kind of like you becoming this person that people might look up to because you've conquered the feeling of having to maybe not feel judged or not be affected by the judgment of others, overcoming this mindset of stagnation, overcoming this mindset of fear, and finally people learning from you and how to gain this sense of balance and peace, or you coming into a sense of balance and peace, or maybe you reaching out to someone who can provide you with that understanding. But your higher self is really calling for you to gain this wisdom. Listen to yourself. You have this inner wisdom within yourself, and I just feel like you need to tap into it, maybe by doing some meditative practices, or by actually reaching out to someone that you know that you can trust, and who you know has a depth of wisdom that does not stray from the truth. Okay, allowing yourself to just be open, and to not confine yourself to a certain way of being, to be open. Okay, with the Hierophant, I know this card talks about conformity and things of that such, but I'm getting a different take on this card. It's more so like knowing the wisdom that you have within you, being stable and grounded in that, and moving forward with your truth and your honesty and your clarity and your perceptive nature about your own future, having that in mind so that other people's opinions don't affect you and that you're at peace. Okay, you're at peace. Group 3, you need to be at peace, especially regarding, I feel like some of you might be trying to do something that a lot of people might not be in agreement with, or a lot of people might not understand. But I feel that right now, either you can be your best advocate or your worst enemy right now, and it's up to you and the mindset that you choose. But I do feel like it requires you to give yourself the love that you deserve, okay, and to not expect that from other people. Providing that stable foundation of filling up your own cup, overfilling it actually, giving yourself all the love and care and support that you need so that you don't really depend on that from other people. But let's keep going. Anything else higher self of group 3 would like to say? Anything else higher self of group 3 would like to say? Anything else? Okay. With the 3 of Cups in reverse on bottom. So let's move these over some. Push them up. We have Justice coming out. That's 3 major arcanas back to back. Very interesting. Yeah, holding that truth for yourself. It's like cause and effect. If you constantly are being defensive, if you're constantly battling something, the result you're gonna get is feeling burnt out, is feeling overwhelmed, is feeling like you're not succeeding in some way. But if you release and let go and have this sense about yourself, it's like the cause of that, of you being at peace, you doing what you're, you investing that energy that you're putting out into defending yourself or overly protecting yourself or whatever the case may be. You putting that energy towards productive means, which is putting more energy into investing in yourself, into what can build you up, that is going to effectively cause you to step into your true future, into the true success that you're wanting to see, instead of wasting energy in places that don't give to you or that don't simply want to understand where you're coming from. You know, don't try to force your hand in someone else's perception of you. You can never change how people view you. All you can do is view yourself in the best of light and cultivate that relationship with yourself where you don't depend on anyone else's opinion, and move away from anything or anyone or anything, honestly, that is holding you back or makes you feel like you are constantly having to be at odds with something. I feel like it's time to accept the change, and it's time to move on towards maybe better communication styles, better ways of expressing yourself, better ways of just allowing yourself to be truthful and honest and authentic, and not having any insecurities, any fears, or anything holding you back. Moving away from all of those past issues, and accepting the new change that is trying to come in for you, and focusing more about transitioning and transforming and changing, instead of focusing on constantly battling things that you cannot control. Okay. And with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse as well, it's like releasing that control, releasing this need to control how much you're willing to show someone, or how much you're trying to express yourself, or maybe having too much control over some financial thing, something. Just releasing the need to be overly controlling in a certain situation, and knowing that the more open you are, the more you receive. Okay, that's just the way life goes. So allow yourself to be open to the good energy and not open to the constantly triggering energy, and not opening yourself up to those energies. Open yourself up to new and improving energies. Okay, don't be stuck in an environment that is constantly having you to prove yourself or feel like you have to prove yourself. With the 3 of Cups in reverse, this could be a friend group, or maybe just some situations with people who you thought were supportive, but maybe they are not being as supportive as you expected. But that's okay. You know, thank them, please. Thank them for showing their true colors so that you can move on. Okay. You don't need to be around anybody that you feel unsure about. You know, trust yourself and do what must be done. Okay. And don't stress, don't worry. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, group 3, everything is okay. Let's get some more. How can you align with your future self, please? How can group 3 align with their future self? How can they align with their future self? How can group 3 align with their future self, please? I'm not going to take those because they didn't come out. Overcoming this sense of disconnectedness, maybe not seeing the situation for what it is, or feeling like you are not where you're wanting to be because of the situations that may have happened. Recognize that this is an opportunity to grow. You are well taken care of, you are well watched over, and it's just up to you to see things for what they are and to have a different mindset about it, have a different outlook about certain things. Let's see what these cards that came out are. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Leaving situations that don't fulfill you is the best way to align with your higher self. Leaving situations that don't give to you, or that leave you feeling isolated, that leave you feeling as if your needs aren't being met. Communicating your needs, and taking new opportunities that pose more of a successful outcome, or investing your energy more into situations, or more into activities, or more into places, environments, whatever it is. Investing your energy more into things that have potential, and that you know will grow into something. Putting your focus into this pentacle, into real world matters, into things on this planet that can help to promote the growth of you, okay? Don't focus your energy on something that is not going to help you progress, okay? Don't waste your energy in places that don't deserve it. And with the goat back there, the Capricorn, okay, shout out to the Capricorns, woo woo. Okay, I'm a Capricorn, but having this Capricornian energy of being diligent and focused and hardworking, okay, having this goal in mind and not letting any of the extra rah-rah, okay, any of the extra distractions, don't let those things get in the way of your success, because you know Capricorns know that at the end of the day they're going to be successful, okay, because they're putting in the work. So be like a Capricorn today. Put in the work and leave behind things that just are not working out for you, okay? So let's keep going. How can they align with their higher self or their future self? How can group 3 align with their future self or their higher self? Wow, yes. Okay, I love that this is finally upright. When it's upright, this is talking about standing your ground, having effective boundaries, okay? Being ready, prepared, especially in this depiction. He is prepared for the battle, okay? He knows that he has taken the higher ground and he is going to defend himself in the rightful way, okay? Not in a way that is overly, you know, disrespectful or overly forceful. This is a good way to set boundaries. I'm feeling like setting effective boundaries in a way that honors you and that doesn't make you look a certain way. Honestly, it doesn't matter what other people think, but at the end of the day, you know, you do want to have you want to go home feeling good about yourself and feeling like you made the right decision. So making sure that you are doing that and you are doing things for the highest good, and that you are just effectively showing that you're not one to be messed with, okay? You're standing your ground, and that doesn't mean constantly battling people, but that also means choosing your battles, picking your battles, and not letting everyone trigger you, or not letting everyone who has a difference of opinion cause you to react in a way that is outside of yourself, okay? So establishing healthy boundaries, good boundaries that respect you and others. So let's keep going. Anything else? Listen here, we're not going to take all of those. I'll take this one and I'll put these back. I'll take these. Okay. Six of Cups in reverse, releasing your past, releasing anything that holds you back, releasing maybe some nostalgia that keeps you in places that you don't need to be in. Just releasing the past is what I get from this Six of Cups in reverse. Release the past. Nothing more I can say about it, really. We have, wow, like I said, everything's fine, y'all. Release this over worrying. Release this need to feel as if you are stuck in some way, but you're not. Free yourself from this mindset. In this card, it's like this person has created this alternate reality within their head that they're stuck in, that they're constantly, perpetually being haunted by anxieties, fears, worries, all of those things. But if they were to take the hands off of their eyes, if they were to see the reality of the situation, all of this would disappear, and they would notice that they're in a comfortable bed, in a comfortable position, you know, and it's just their mind that is causing them so many problems. So tap into that. Where are these fears and worries stemming from, and tackle them so that you can overcome them, and so that you can better align with your passions. You can better align with what fills you up, what leads you to your happiness, what makes you feel motivated and driven to fulfill your goals, your desires. You know, don't waste your energy on worrying or constantly proving yourself. Okay, prove yourself to yourself. Okay, change your mindset from I can't to I can and I will. Okay, and that will honestly change a whole lot for you, and it will make you put your passion to use, and it'll help you prove yourself right, and that you will become successful. And with the Four of Wands reversed, leaving behind any connections or anything that feels not like home, you know, that makes you feel disconnected from a place of comfortability, or where you can't be yourself, or moving away from places that contradict this feeling of home within self, feeling like you can express yourself authentically, leaving behind connections or places or people or things that don't honor you and that don't give you this celebratory feeling of balance, harmony, connection, true connection that's not based off of petty things. Okay, the Four of Wands talks about a homecoming, one of celebration, one of greatness, feeling like you are connected truly, and finding those people who you can truly connect with on an authentic level that is you know, not compromising to you. So yeah, finding that balance, just finding balance in general. Group 3, finding balance. So let's get some oracle cards for you guys. Let's get some from here first. Hopefully one. I would love to just only have one. Oracle card for group 3. One, please. Please give me one. Oracle card for group 3, please. Oh, amazing. It came out reversed. Community. You know, usually I don't take reversals in this deck because I'm just not up for that yet. Maybe one day, but who knows. Anyway, community is in reverse, so maybe you're in an environment that doesn't feel like safe to you, or you don't feel this community vibe. Okay, maybe it's a lot of conflict, or a lot of things. I don't know what exactly, but I will say maybe it just doesn't feel as harmonious as you would like it to, and I feel like those feelings are pushing you towards places that do fulfill you, and kind of trying to free you from this feeling of going in circles, of constantly being in the same cycle. It's trying to free you from that by separating you maybe from an environment. But yes, that, oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, group 3, I need 1 second. Okay, the other oracle cards fell on the ground, and that is not fun. That is not fun. So 1 second, group 3, if you don't mind, maybe you can just enjoy the scenery of these cards right now as I pick up these cards. It shouldn't be too long. 1 second. And we're back. Okay, so let's see. Interesting. Let's see, group 3. What cards come out from here? Anything else group 3 needs to know? Everything's coming out in reverse. Interesting. We have meditate and contemplate in reverse, but I don't really want to take that reverse. I feel like you need to meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces, gain a new perspective, gain a new mindset, and gain a new understanding of your situation, so that you can take the wisdom from these past occurrences and move on with the wisdom, and to utilize that wisdom in your next situations or in your next phase of life. With prosperity lies ahead, a new moon in Taurus, 2 new moons saying new beginnings are on the way. You just must trust in them And yeah, hold your vision. Fixed moon, staying grounded and certain about what you're trying to achieve so that you can achieve it. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, we have new moon in Pisces. I mean, full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Yeah, realizing what you've learned from this past situation, releasing it, and taking on that understanding into your practical actions, okay? Using that wisdom that you've gained spiritually into your practical decisions. With your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn, like I was saying earlier, Capricorn vibes. Your hard work is paying off, okay? And right behind it, we have a win-win outcome is forecast. And then we love to see that, okay? Group 3, you are going to be abundant regardless. Know that, okay? Know that. Know it. You're going to be abundant regardless. You have nothing to worry about. And these shifts and these changes are taking you exactly where you need to be. So don't even worry. Group 3, I really have no worries for y'all. I feel like I was at this point not too long ago. Actually a couple months ago. So I understand and trust and believe, trust the process. It is not for your work. Like, it may feel hard, but listen, the rewards you get from it, outstanding. Okay, so just keep going, just keep pushing through and have that balance, okay? Have that balance. So group 3, thank you so much for being here with me today. I enjoyed giving you your reading, and if you enjoyed, please leave me a like and subscribe. And in the comment section, please let me know how this reading resonated for you and anything else you would like to tell me. And if you have any suggestions for any future readings, I am very open to hear your suggestions. And I just want to take this time to say thank you so much for your presence here, as it is always appreciated. And I would love to see you or have you here again in another reading next time, my beautiful group 3. So thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it, and I am now about to go outside, my favorite thing to do. I'm so happy I still have time. I don't have class until 3:30, so amazing. So yes, group 3, thank you so much. I love you guys, and bye bye.